Well, it's been an exciting couple weeks here at Bryce Comics, and an exciting couple years for that fact. I've been doing this 5 years. Every single one of them has been exciting, but we have a haul video for you here today about $100,000 of new inventory and stuff over the past week or so. One of them was a big collection I bought that I paid $48,000 for. Another one I paid $12,000 for. And then I've had a bunch of big trades come in as well. So we're just gonna go over some of the new inventory. And I just wanna mention that people keep selling to me because I keep making the process super easy, super simple, fast, efficient, and fair. I can do particularly well for grails and for books over $1,000. Typically I can offer 80%, sometimes even a little bit more if it's like an AF-15 or like a super mega grail book, which typically comes out to be more than most auction houses. I know Heritage, depending on your relationship with them, sometimes you have to pay the 20% buyer's premium and a 15% seller's premium, and then also you have to wait for it to come to auction, then you have to wait after it actually sells for the buyer to pay for it and them to pay you. I make it so much faster and easier. So if you ever find yourself in a position where you need to sell your grail comic books, I think you owe it to yourself to just shoot me a quick email. I'll shoot you an offer, and we can go from there, because the auction houses will lie to you and tell you that, oh yeah, there's a 20% buyer's premium, but that doesn't come out of your pocket. That comes out of their pocket, and that is absolute baloney. 100% of the fees when you sell your book at an auction house come out of your pocket. They just try to frame it in a way that's deceiving. If you have a $1,000 book and it sells for $1,000, that's with the buyer's premium. You're gonna get the 20% comes out of that and the 15%, but they frame it in a way, or they'll say things like, oh yeah, but sometimes people don't even take that into consideration. The only time a buyer's premium wouldn't come out of your pocket, technically it still comes out of your pocket, is if the buyer of the book didn't know about it and accidentally paid 20% more, but you're still paying it. So long story short, I'm thinking about doing a whole video on that, because it's shocking to me that people are actually confused about that, and that little negotiation tactic actually works for auction houses and convinces people that, oh no, that money's not coming out of your pocket. It absolutely is. Enough ranting, let's look at these amazing comics. All right, so sorry about the format here, guys. I'm kind of on a time constraint and I don't have the time to do hundreds of books on the table. But we got Wolverine #1 and at 9.8. These books are brand new. They're gonna hit the site on Monday. The other Wolverine 1 in 9.8, the Hulk 340 in a 9.6, signed by Todd McFarlane, custom label. Those are books that come through often. You can often find them on my site. Iron Fist #14 in 9.4, X-Men 94 in an 8.5, X-Men 133 in a 9.4, newsstand edition, custom label, signed by Hugh Jackman, which is really awesome to see. Hulk 180 in a 9.0, Giant Size X-Men in an 8.0, old label. I don't think that one's a CPR candidate, just a solid 8.0, and Hulk 181 in a 9.4 with white pages, the first appearance of Wolverine. This came as a trade for the TMNT 1 first print that I had, which I also have another TMNT first print. It's going to be a hot item. It's a 5.5, one of the most affordable first print TMNTs that should be here next week if you watch this the day it comes out. This one here has some interesting stuff. This is interesting, a Tech 268 CBCS old label with the check mark, which means it was an exceptional copy. Might be worth cracking out and crossing that one over. 6.5 white on X-Men 14, first Batmite, always cool to see. A 10-cent Tech, and like I said, it comes in often. Another Wolverine 1, 9.8, and another Hulk 340, 9.6. This was really cool to see. I've never seen this come through the shop. All American Comics #17 in a 2.5. The second appearance of Green Lantern. And it has an awesome cover featuring Green Lantern and an ad for Batman #1 and All-Star Comics #1 on the inside. This is a really cool collectible. If you're into Golden Age at all, that's an affordable book for what it is. So a bunch of Stan Lee signature series, which is awesome, even though it's on Alpha Flight in a 9.4. It's just really cool to have Stan Lee signature in your collection. I got a bunch of these silver foil So this is a sheet of silver. It's 1 ounce silver, and it's graded by CGC, and they're the first released 10.0s. Golden record reprint for Avengers #4. It's fun to pretend like that's the real deal. Here's a Amazing Spider-Man #5 in a 9.0, $10,500 book. Just a beautiful copy, beautiful color strike, really deep colors on that one. Amazing Spider-Man #50. This is the first appearance of Kingpin, and it's an 8.5 white. I have this priced a little high for a CBCS. I have it priced more like a CGC because I think this is a candidate for a bump. I think it could possibly get a 9.0, and if it did get a 9.0 CGC, I think it's like $4,000 or $5,000 increase in value. So just wasn't willing to come down on price on that one, which is an interesting point. So oftentimes you'll see a lot in this video too. You'll get a book like this that is potentially a CPR candidate, that's a crossover. It isn't a CBCS label. And the thing is like logically, you should only price books at what they actually are. Like this is a CBCS 8.5. You know, you can't price it for something that it could be. But in certain scenarios, like this one where there's a really good chance that it could get a bump, what I've decided to do is say, okay, just what's the least you're willing to take? And if nobody is willing to do that within, you know, a couple days or something, then I'll take the risk myself and I'll crack it out and cross it over. Even if it got a deduction, which I absolutely cannot see for this book, I think an 8.0 CGC is worth about the same as I have it listed at right there. So not a ton of risk on that one. First appearance of Silk, the retailer incentive variant. This one has come down quite a bit in value. This has always just been a really awesome Rhino cover. It's not super expensive. It's just a really cool variant for Amazing Spider-Man 617. A bunch of Batman books, but the only book that I want to show you from the B box is this Berserker #1, 1 in 1000 John Boy Myers. And if you're new to Bry's Comics, we always do 2 monthly giveaways here. One on the YouTube channel. If you subscribe, comment, and like, you're entered to win these 2 free slabs this month. And if you head over to Bry's Comics and sign up for the newsletter, every month you stay subscribed, you're entered to win a free slab. This month it's 2 free slabs, and it's where you get first notice of new collections and new inventory like the stuff you're seeing in this video. A whole bunch of Department of Truth in the $48,000 collection, which actually had me excited about some of these variants in this series again. Like this 1 in 100 for Department of Truth #1. I think at today's prices, if they do make a show about it and it's received well, I think you'd be happy you bought it at today's prices. A ton of these hip hop variants and signature series that I have all marked at really affordable prices. And then you have these Todd McFarlane. This is the 1 in 100 Todd McFarlane variant for Department of Truth #18. And I have a 9.2, I think I have a 9.6, I think I have the foil versions. Very, very cool. This is the Sanctum Sanctorum, I believe. Yeah, exclusive for Department of Truth #1, triple signed by Werther, Tynion, and Simmons, which is really cool. And this one, which in my opinion is like one of the best copies of Department of Truth #1. It's the 1 in 100, and it's signed by Werther Dell'Edera, James Tynion, and Simmons in red, which is unique. I mean, the only thing it could possibly be missing is like a custom sketch, which would make that even more cherry. Like I said, tons of really cool variants here, and this one, which is just incredible, 1 in 100, signed by Todd McFarlane. Just so cool to see. And then a bunch of these foil editions. We got one with a sketch, one with 3 signatures, one with a blue label, you name it. Tons of awesome Department of Truth. Just one other one from the next D box. We got Dragon Ball #1. All right, potentially some good stuff here in the F and G box. And remember, guys, this is just the brand new stuff. There's still, you know, hundreds of other key issue books over on the site. We got the Green Lantern Combo Pack Edition, the Jessica Cruz keys. There's 3 of them of different cameos and fulls and combo packs. How about Green Lantern #1? Silver Age and origin of Green Lantern retold, and the first appearance of the Guardians of the Universe. Very cool Silver Age book. Some other Green Lantern stuff, a bunch of Green Lantern stuff over on the website. This is really cool to see in an old label. Fantastic Four Annual #1 in an 8.0. And here's another beautiful copy of Fantastic Four #12, and another one of those situations where I think I should cross it over. If this got a bump to the 9, it's thousands of dollars increase in value to a CGC, and the only thing I can see on it is like some discoloration going on down here on the bottom edge. So it's a big wild card on this one. You know, if you have somebody that does like hop pressing and cleaning that can get that out. Yeah, this one's definitely more of a risk because of that. It's just kind of unknown what's going on inside the book, but a very cool, very beautiful FF12. Here's a FF45 signed by Stan Lee. First appearance of the Inhumans. First appearance of Spider-Woman signed by Stan Lee in a 9.2. Journey into Mystery 103. I've always loved the colors on this one. The first appearance of the Enchantress. Here's that other Justice League combo pack. Another Hulk 181. This one's an 8.0, available for trade as well. Here's the Hulk #1, and it's the silver foil first release edition, 1 ounce of silver. Hulk 449, first Thunderbolts. A Spawn Grail from the M box. We got Malibu Sun #13 in a 9.4, signed by Todd McFarlane with the full Todd signature, and it's the Air edition. Tons of Something is Killing the Children. This box is almost entirely Something is Killing the Children, including like issue #2, issue #1, the 4th print, issue #1, the 3rd print, 2nd print 9.8, and the Comics and Oddity foil edition featuring that art by Danny Frizen. Silk #1, the Comics Pro edition. This is one of the most expensive variants for the first solo series for Silk. A Blue Lizard variant for Spider-Man #1. And a silver variant. Spider-Man Shadow, I've always loved this. Miko Suyon with that custom sketch. A bunch of other Spawn keys over there as well, like this Nether Realms edition. And of course, Spawn #1. Star Trek #1. This one is a 6.5, signed by William Shatner. Do you think that's a cool book, Callie? Should we keep the Star Trek? There's also a Star Trek #1 in a 9.2. and a Star Trek #1 in an 8.0. Those will all be available for trade. Silver Surfer 3, Silver Surfer 1 signed by Stan Lee in a 4.0. Submariner #1 in a 5.5 signed by Stan Lee. A bunch of Venom books, a bunch of Uncanny books. Tales to Astonish #27. First appearance of Ant-Man in a 5.0. It's a solid 5.0 as well. This book is really hard to find listed at a fair price in any grade, but especially like a well-presenting 5.0. So that one's a beauty. If you've been on the hunt for this book, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's not easy to find at a good price. Tomb of Dracula #1, triple signed in a 9.4, including signature series from Stan Lee. Another Stan Lee signature series on an old Toss book. All of this stuff, or almost all of it, should be listed by the time you are watching this video. Then I've got these 3 books in the queue that'll come next week. You got stuff like, I've always loved this book. I would love to have this book in super high grade. Air Pirates Funny. Tons of really awesome stuff in here. I don't want to show all of it. I don't want to be too much of a tease, but just make sure you're signed up for that newsletter at brycecomics.com. And then this is the stuff that's currently listed. And there's tons of awesome stuff in here as well. Why do I still have that? I mean, this is just the A box. You got ASM 300. This is the F box. We got FF48 in nice affordable low grade, super high grade. Jack Kirby and Joe Sinnott cover. FF6 in a 5.5, 49, FF Annual 2, one of my favorite Doom covers of all time. Some more Something is Killing the Children. There's a first print. Primer #2 sticking around, first Grendel. Usagi Yojimbo #1 in a 9.8. TOS 31, the first prototype of Doctor Doom. I got a bunch of offers on this, and I was just not willing to take it. I'd rather keep it than come down on the price on this. It's just such a cool book, and this one presents so well. Tons of Wolverine and more. So make sure you sign up to that newsletter. I will be dropping some discount codes this week to move through some of this stuff. Make sure to follow me over on Whatnot, $1 starts. Some of this stuff eventually will end up over at Whatnot with $1 start. There's a link down below for $15 towards your first purchase. I've got some more really exciting deals in the works, some more awesome books to bring to you guys. Thank you, as always, so much for the continued support. I'm having a blast. I hope you're having a great time too. Thanks for sticking with me to the end of the video. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.